How's it going, everybody? I am with Wendy, the wander dog. She likes to wander everywhere and get into trouble. Hi. As you can tell, she's ready to, well, that's kind of not how I wanted to start the video. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks. Appreciate that. Oh, hey. Alright, I need you to go wander somewhere if you're gonna bark. Okay? Alright. So, this is not a gardening special. This is not a normal thing that I would do. So, I got thinking about things for a while. And, a lot of people don't know kind of the man behind the dragon, so to speak. And, I was going to talk a little bit about things. So, everybody tries to become a content creator, and some of them do it for a hobby, sometimes they do it for a career, sometimes they do it just for the fun of it. But for me, it was about building a career and doing something. And then a lot of people say, yeah, gaming channels, they're a dime a dozen, everybody does it, but it's a matter of trying to stand out. It's a matter of entertaining, making people laugh, bringing a smile to their face, informing, things like that. That's what I try to strive to do here on Kai Dragon Media. Not only that, I have my talk show that I have with TFG1 Mike and the Orcosaurus, where we talk about game issues, culture, movies, just pretty much general news that impacts a lot of us who do game, who like movies, who like reading, who like pretty much anything that involves hobbies outside. Things like gardening. We haven't been impacted by gardening yet, really too much, but you never know. I mean, I do have some videos talking about droughts, but that's a little different story. But, so the reason I wanted to do a content creation, and I had thought about it, and I kind of regret not doing it back in 2011. So, I've worked for a lot of bosses. I've worked for a lot of different companies over the years of my life, and I've always felt that there's always a lot of drama that circulates. There's always, sometimes it just doesn't fit well where you're at. And, I've been through many jobs in my life. I'm 44 this year, and sometimes, you get a little bit of satisfaction, but sometimes you don't. But I feel like content creation is something that you can build on, and you're your own boss. Now, granted, being your own boss means you have to kick yourself in the butt to get up in the morning to do something, or kick yourself in the butt to make a video or stream when you're having those rough days. I know a few of my friends out there know that feeling very well, and this is, I salute you guys. You guys know who you are. You guys, fellow content creators. And, that was the dream, was to be an independent business owner and work for yourself, building brands like this gardening thing here that you see for the other channel. It was really all about, I don't know how to put it, building something, teaching people how to grow their own food, how to can their own food, how to cook, how to eat healthier. I mean, I am not a living specimen of being healthy. This is 40 years of gluttony and eating anything I wanted as a kid. I mean, I was a big kid when I was younger. I mean, that's, and I'm striving to try to lose that weight and trying to be healthier. The other thing about content creation is it's not easy. A lot of you guys out there probably are working a full-time job as well, and we do have a disadvantage. We don't have 24 hours in the daytime. Some of you guys got families. Sometimes you guys got 2 jobs just to pay your rent. So you guys ain't alone out there. I do a full-time job during the day, and 8-10 hours a day doing accounting, and then I come home and do content creation and try to balance a healthy life schedule best I can. I mean, it's still a trial and error, but to work on gardening and stuff, get that out, then turn around and work on the streams. And, this is my way of saying thank you I appreciate my viewers. I appreciate each and every one of you that have watched my streams, hung out, said hello. Even my lurkers. I love my lurkers. You know, I'm not one of those guys that complains that nobody's talking. I know you guys are watching. I know you guys are there. I know you guys are listening. And that's a big thing. You know, content creation is more easy, in my opinion, for the guys that are trust fund babies or have millions of dollars and they don't have to work and mommy and daddy takes care of them and they live that life of luxury. If you're an average Joe like myself, it's much harder uphill battle. I even have a friend that, you know, struggles because he's got family on top of that, which, you know, sometimes I'm fortunate, sometimes I'm not fortunate, you know. 44, it's kind of one of those tough things that you think about, you know, what ifs. I mean, kind of when YouTube was big back in 2011, I started with some Nobunaga Ambition videos. It was doing well, but honestly, I never thought that would be a way to start making money and getting brand deals. Yeah, we've had adpocalypses, and we're probably getting ready to have another one at the rate things are going with these creators that are getting exposed for all these horrendous acts. But, you know, there's still branding deals, they're still selling merchandise, which, speaking of which, in the future I do plan on having a merch shop for those that want to have stuff that's either gardening related or my gaming related or my talk show. Which, speaking of which, the Dragon's Lair talk show. That was something that I wanted to come up with because I didn't want to be one thing. I've seen a lot of creators over the years, they have multiple things they do on their channel. Even VTubers have multiple things to do on their channel. They'll be talking about stuff, they'll be doing games one day, they'll be reacting, which I think is one thing that I just don't really care to do because it's a very slippery slope, because YouTube can try to crack down on you and risk copyright striking you and all this, even under fair use. So it's one of those things that I don't really subscribe to, and so I try to come up with my own content. One of my streams is about entertainment, talking with the chat, you know, talking with the guys that I'm streaming with, or by myself if I'm streaming by myself. It doesn't matter. But, you know, there's a lot of people that may think that it's just out to have fun. But no, it's about trying to put a smile on your guys' face, trying to make you guys laugh, because, especially today, the world's a much harsher place. You know, inflation, trying to figure out where you're going to get your next meal. I mean, there's a lot of factors out there, and there's a lot of people out there that just need that kind of stuff because they need help. And, you know, a lot of people misconstrue the gaming as, you know, the lazy thing, but gaming is something that can bind everybody together. There's many people from Generation X, even some boomers, probably maybe far and few boomers, but, you know, Generation X, millennials, even Gen Z, and even the new ones, you know, a lot of people game for stress relief, or they like watching people play it, the stuff, because maybe they don't like it, but they like the stuff, or maybe they're just not capable of playing it. I know a few friends that would love to play some of the games, but due to not being able to use an arm or a hand, they can't play that type of stuff. So it's nice that they can watch and pretend they're there with the group having fun. And I think it's vital to be able to do that stuff. A lot of people, I don't want to say it, think that gaming is low fruit. And maybe sometimes it is. Maybe sometimes people think we're just there screwing off and just talking, but no. The reason why we do that, I know especially for me, is I want to make you guys laugh. I want to put a smile on your face. You know, sometimes I do stupid stuff or take risks in the games just to put you guys on the edge of your seats or laugh. There's a lot of things I want to evolve in this channel. I still want to maintain the talk show that I'm doing twice a week. You know, and shout out to those that like the talk show. I got some compliments on the talk show. That's one of the hardest things that YouTube promotes. So if you find that stuff, hey, I'm happy you guys found it, because I believe there is discussion points too, even when it comes to gaming, movies, things like that. There's a lot of times that games will be ruined because of poor decisions, or you'll have AAA companies that are price gouging you. As somebody that's a very big indie supporter, I love indie games. You know, that's one of the biggest things I do, because typically they do like the support that content creators do. You know, this is journey that I've taken is time consuming. I will say that there's many friends that I've had over the years, and family over the years, that think I'm wasting my time, think that I just, you know, lack of terms, screw off. And then there's also those that have distanced themselves from me because I work, then I come home, and I work more on this stuff. But, you know, I'll say this, I don't have any regrets for what I've done. I've met some wonderful people in this community, and when I was in dire straits with my car, some of you went to the GoFundMe and helped me out. It paid a third of that car. And that, you know, you cannot... A family sometimes is just a word. I've had many family members just say, well, it happened to me, nobody helped, blah, blah, blah. I get that. Maybe there's a reason why. But it's a matter of, hey, being supportive. You don't have to send money. You don't have to do that as a family member. That's like, you know, okay, well, maybe I'll send your GoFundMe and try to help out or spread the word that, hey, you need help. Or, you know, click on your video, watch your video. There's a lot of people that don't do that. So, for those content creators out there that feel the same way, you ain't alone. You know, a lot of people will ridicule content creators and say they're wasting their time until you hit it big. And then when they hit it big, then they're all like, we knew you could do it all along and all this. So don't be fooled by that. I know that's a topic that happens a lot on X, but are you done? You get out of your system?
She's saying hi to her friend Sadie.
Did you get out of your system, Wendy? Anyway, so before I was thrown off, you know, it's tough out there. Even more so now with the way everything is. And God forbid the gloomy part of what we call the election coming this year for a lot of us in the States, you know. So my thing is to try to continue to provide information and entertain, make you guys laugh. And I'm going to try to get back to my schedule. I know I've kind of fallen off the bus on the streaming 5-6 nights a week, and my goal is to try to start getting some more individual videos out like this. Maybe something like this where once a week you get to have the man behind the dragon or something, you know. So there's a lot of things that we can do. I want to kind of get back to reviews and other things. I think there's a lot that can be said and done. And the last thing I want to say to my viewers out there, you ain't ever alone. You know, always, you know, some of you have talked to me about some of your problems, some of you have talked about things, you know. You're just not alone out there. There's a lot of us out there in the community. There's a lot of us out there that understand, and some ways we can relate, other ways we can't, just because everybody's situation's different. And this is my way of saying thank you. And if you guys like this, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We'll probably, maybe this is something I'll do where I just, off the record, kind of the man behind the dragon, kind of talk about it and talk about some other things. Because after all, this is pretty peaceful out here, this garden. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Kai Dragon Garden and Cooking, that's my other channel. My mom works with me on that one. And she's filmed quite a bit out here as well. And yeah, she's right. Even though it's 105 out, not too bad under here. And it's peaceful. Who would have thought? Anyway, peace.